Greetings, Cancer, and welcome to my YouTube channel, One Who Sees Tarot. This is your general reading for the month of June 2017. I really appreciate you tuning in and listening to this reading. I want to thank you all so much for the warm reception that you've given the channel. As you know, my channel is new, and we're only 3 months on YouTube, and I just appreciate the way that my channel is being received with all the likes and comments and those of you that have subscribed. And so this month I'm offering a very special offer to say thank you to you and also to introduce myself a little closer. This month I'm offering for the first 100 people, I'm offering readings at half price, and I'll put the information at the end of this reading. Okay, let's get started, Cancer members. Let's start with two astrological perspectives, two dynamics, I should say, that are happening. The first one is the full moon happening on the 9th of June, and that full moon happening on the 9th of June is happening in your 6th house, which is going to bring a lot of energy, a lot of attention, a lot of thought to your work, your health, and your daily regimen. And it's in Sagittarius. So this moon is going to be a type of a moon that's going to cause you to seek truth. It's going to cause you to really think about going beyond and what can you do to go beyond where you currently are. So that's the type of a full moon. The full moon brings things sometime to an ending as well. It kind of brings things to an ending, or it brings things to the surface. On the 24th of the month, you're going to have a new moon, and that new moon is going to be happening in your 1st house. And that's going to be phenomenal, because that moon in the 1st house is also going to be joined by some very powerful energies, the Sun, Mercury, and Mars. My goodness, so much energy in your 1st house. It's going to cause you to look at the way you are seen by the world and the way you want to be seen by the world. Alrighty, let's move into our sacred tarot. As you can see already, that this month for Cancer family members is going to be quite interesting, and it's going to be quite beneficial for you. Cancer family members, I've already prayed over the cards and anointed the cards, and I've asked the spirit guide to lead us and to give us truth that would help you and would enhance your growth for the month of June. And I see a very strong energy in the center of your reading. Right now, the spirit guide has shown me some of you are getting ready to move and to relocate. Some of you are moving, or some of you just moved, just recently moved. And that move, the reason why I say just moved is because if you just moved, the energy is still there, like you haven't quite settled in as of yet. Some of you came from a place where you were actually rushing. You were trying to get out. You were getting out of Dodge. You were leaving somewhere, and you left rather abruptly. And that's good, because now you're in a better place. So I do see right now where some of you are at a place of peace, at a place of pause, and that's very good, Cancer family members. Although you are going through a transition period, and some things in your life are ending so that new things can begin. This is very clear in your spread. The spirit is laying out the cards indicating that some of you definitely are going through a change. And I believe that's the general energy for Cancer family members for the month of June. And you're coming out of a place of dishonesty. In other words, where you are now is so comfortable and so peaceful. And if you're not there right this minute, you'll be there in the not too distant future, a place of peace and a place of clarity. So you'll have some mental clarity. You won't have the same stress that you had in your past. This is very good. Cancer family members, though, as you move into the future, the spirit guide is showing me that you do need to be mindful about your savings, about your resources. You do need to be mindful about your resources. Watch your spending habits. And what I would recommend that you do is to prepare a budget and make a very serious effort to stick to that budget, because I see you looking at money, and that money is not there like it used to be. So therefore, that would indicate, the spirit guide is indicating through the cards, that you need to get a budget plan together. All right, let's move forward with your reading. Some of you Cancer family members have been waiting for love, and love is on its way. Love is on its way for some of you Cancer family members. I see it, and it's coming nicely. It's coming in a steady format. It's not rushing to you, but it is coming to you. It's on its way to you, so get prepared. Those of you that are interested and those of you that desire some passion and love, it's on its way to you. Cancer family members, there's a legal matter that you're dealing with, and if you are not there right now, you will be there in the next couple of weeks. A legal, official, governmental matter. And the Spirit has laid this card out so that I could tell you that you need to dot your I's and cross your T's. This legal, government, official matter is not ready to work out in your favor. There are some details that have to take place, or some details that have to be gathered and corrected in order for you to move forward effectively. And I always say, this card does not mean that it will never work out in your favor. This card means that right now, things are not ready to work out in your favor. However, you are coming to a place once again, and I saw it, and now it's in two different places in your spread. You are coming to a place of peace. You are coming to a place where those sleepless nights and those dishonest people and that type of a environment, that type of a spirit, you're coming to a place where you're not going to have to deal with that anymore. The Spirit guide is showing me to tell you that you do need to take a chance, take a leap of faith, believe in yourself, believe in your vision, believe in your dreams, and take a leap of faith. Cancer family members, this is a time in your life when you're going to have to take some steps. You're going to have to take some steps. I don't mean rush, but I do mean put a plan together and make the plan work for you. It is also a time when you're going to have to come out. When I say come out, I mean that some of you have been rather introverted or in an introverted way. Some of you have been quiet and to yourself, and you've been home, and you've been thinking about going out there. Well, it's time. The Spirit guide is showing me that it is time for you now to venture out and to do more in the way of networking, and to do more in the way of communication to people. It's a good, strong energy, as we noticed from your astrological perspective. It's a good, strong energy for the world of work and your daily regimen. In addition, it's also a very good time for new beginnings in your personal self, in yourself. So the Spirit guide is laying the cards out, because we do see that money has not flown like you want, money has not come like you want it to. And so therefore, because money is not coming like you want it to, I see that money's not flowing. And so we need to do something about that. And part of that has to do with you networking and getting out there and being part of your own success. Let's move forward, Cancer family members. So as I mentioned before, there's a transition that you're going through. And this transition it's a place that the reason why you're going through this transition, or part of this transition and this transformation, has to do with you making a decision. And sometimes those decisions are about money, and sometimes they're about you as a person. And there is a connection. So the Spirit guide is showing me that, yeah, you have some work to do. This is not time to rest. This is not time to sit still. And you do have to make a decisive effort to get out there and make something happen for yourself, Cancer family members. Get on your grind. I do see where some of you have received some news perhaps that was not necessarily in your favor. It didn't give you clarity. It didn't give you a pleasant state of mind. Okay, well, I do see celebration though. So even though you received some news that was not so great, not so hot, I want to tell you that as you move forward, there is celebration. As you move forward, there are good times. There are some happy times right in your future, right in your not too distant future. But don't be afraid if as you move forward, you may keep some friends and lose some others. You actually may go through a shift and a realignment of friends and associates because the Spirit guide is showing me that. Let's move forward as we look at your advice section, talking about this love that is on its way to you. All right, Cancer family members, some of you have a creative talent, whether it is writing, painting, drawing, singing, dancing, acting, whatever your creative talent is, you do need to exercise it. You do need to move that creative talent to the surface. You need to allow your creative juices, so to speak, to flow. Because there's abundance for you. There's good stuff for you, but you have to open up and let it flow, Cancer family members. Because if you let your creative energy flow, you're going to come to a place of new beginnings, which is good. And you're going to come to a place of abundance. Like, in other words, your life is going to have an abundant quality to it. It's going to have money, it's going to have love, and it's going to have health. Cancer family members, I do see that very clearly. The Spirit guide is also laying out a card that indicates that those of you that are working and those of you that have been blessed with a job. Now, I'm talking about however you make your money. I'm not talking, it doesn't necessarily have to be a 9 to 5 or 11 to 7. However you make your money, it may seem frustrating for a few moments, but the Spirit is saying to me to tell you, telling me to tell you, keep doing what you're doing. Your consistency is going to pay off. Your consistency is going to pay off. You just keep showing up. You just keep doing what you're doing, and good things are going to happen for you. Now, with regard to this legal, official, governmental matter, some of you know better. Some of you know what to do, and you're not doing it. Some of you know what to do because some of you have had this experience before, and some of you had the experience before, and you thought that everybody else was against you. In fact, some of you that had this same experience before, you're going to have to go back and glean from your experience. Use the advice that you would give other people. Oftentimes, when I'm going through some trial or some tribulation, I oftentimes think about what would I say to a person that's going through this same experience. And so, Cancer family members, that's the advice for you as it relates to what you're doing and in your environment. Use your experience as a teacher, and then you'll be able to get out of this emotional rut, because I do see happiness in your future. I do see a wonderful, bright future for you. And when I say bright and wonderful, I mean that you're going to see a light. You're going to see the light. You're going to see some clarity in your walk and in your path. It's very clear. The Spirit guide is laying it out very strongly. Some of you that have been looking for work, or some of you that have some irons in the fire as it relates to business and negotiations and investment, well, the Spirit guide is showing me a card that indicates you can expect some very good news in the not too distant future. You can expect some very good news that relates to business, professional growth, vocation, career. It has to do with something that's coming for you, and it's news coming, and it's good news. It's going to bring you the results that you want. Some of you Cancer family members, I need to tell you that in your future, I do see a masculine energy. This masculine energy is an older, wiser. Now, he may not necessarily be older, but he may be wise. You may see him as a wise person, because the card that I'm talking about, the card that is represented here, is a card, and the figure in the card has a beard, indicating perhaps an older masculine energy, or perhaps a masculine energy that appears in your psyche to have the knowledge and the wisdom of an elder. And that masculine energy is coming in your future. It's not too far away. Cancer family members, I do see where the Spirit guide excellent is telling me to advise you that right now you may be going through a period where things are not moving as quickly as you want them to. Maybe things are not happening as quick. Maybe they're not happening like this. And you can't put your finger on you can't get it to work exactly how you want it to work in the time that you want it to work. And the reason for that is because there are some things in the universe that have to get into place And these things in the universe that are going to get into their right place, they are preparing a path for you. So what's happening is that while you're sitting there sort of like in limbo and you're saying, well, I'm going to work every day, I'm on my grind, I'm doing what I have to do. Well, part of it has to do with you waiting a few minutes. So you have to, and I use this analogy like a waiter waits. See, a waiter that waits doesn't sit still. The waiter is working while waiting, if you understand the analogy. So what happens is you have to keep on doing what you're doing, stay on your grind, let your creative juices open up a little bit, let them flow, take a chance on yourself, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will believe in you. Because right now, you need to do that. You need to let it flow. If you let those creative juices flow, I see abundance in your future. In fact, let me tell you that some of you Cancer family members are very spiritual, very psychic. You do have a voice speaking to you. And when that voice, that inner voice is speaking to you, you need to listen. And some of you are also advised that you need to meditate, do some yoga. There's something that you have to do for yourself in the way of self-improvement, in the way of centering yourself, because some of you are not centered as you should be. Those of you that are thinking about a road trip, this may not necessarily be the best time, Cancer family members, for those little getaways. Maybe you need to stay focused and do something a little more local as opposed to a drive or a weekend getaway. Think about what you can do in your local neighborhood. Alrighty, Cancer family members, you are going to be busy. You are going to rise above, though. You're going to rise above this stress. So some of you are dealing with some things, a lot of things. Some of you are dealing with a lot of things, and some of you will be dealing with a lot. So in other words, as you move forward, taking a chance on yourself, it's busy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I talk to my friends all the time, and it's a lot of work to be an entrepreneur. You have to work at it. It's not a guarantee. You have to work it. So I see a card, the Spirit God's laying out a card in front of me that indicates that you have to work. You have to, I don't care whether you work for somebody else or you work for yourself. You have some work that you have to do on yourself. And that's serious and that's for real, but you are going to handle it. You are going to rise above the challenges if you are willing to make a decision that you have to make, and if you are willing to approach your future in a decisive manner. And some of you are looking at an illusion, and some of you need to be aware that that is just what it is. It's an illusion. In other words, if you're looking at something and it appears to be too good to be true, it is too good to be true. The Spirit God has laid that card there. In addition, you're going to have some freedom. Some more money is going to come in a short while. But right now, you have to hold on for a few moments, Cancer family members. You have to hold on, get that budget together. All right, Cancer, this has been a general reading for the month of June 2017. And I hope that the information that I've shared with you based on what the Spirit has shown me, I hope that that information has shed a light in a dark corner of your life and has given you some encouragement. Once again, I am offering half price or 50% discount on readings this month for the first 100 people. Now, the channel has been received rather enthusiastically. And so I expect that 100 people will respond quickly. So I'm hoping that I can provide a full-length reading for you, a private reading for you. If you'd like to book a reading, please reach out to me at onewhosees4you@yahoo.com. Cancer family members, it has been my pleasure. I hope to hear from you very soon. Thank you.